So today we are welcoming in this seasonal transition from spring to summer, or late spring, obviously. Ayurvedically speaking, that is welcoming this energy of Pitta season, but right now we're in this very transitional time. Like today is very much a spring day here. It actually feels like March. It's cold today, it's rainy, but 2 days ago it was 80 degrees and sunny and gorgeous. So we're in this fluctuating period where it's starting to get warmer, which is awesome, but it's still kind of got these rainy days coupled with heat days or hot days. So our practice today is going to hopefully to help balance out this energy. So as we transition into summer, we want to start bringing in some more balancing and cooling postures to balance the heat, but we're still in this period where we might need to bring in a little heat. So today's practice is going to be a sprinkling of like heating and cooling poses together, hopefully to bring in some balance as we transition into the end of spring here. On a shorter practice for the month of May, we're doing 45 minutes total with our meditation. So I do hope you can stay for the meditation. We'll do about 30 minutes of yoga and about a 10-minute meditation towards the end. I know last week everyone said, oh, I like the longer practices. So we may transition back in June. I'm not sure. It might be more my schedule, just so you know. If we don't, we will eventually transition back to the longer practices. It's just for now, for this month, we're giving it a try, and then I'll see how it feels and if we want to adjust it back. Okay, so I do have my blocks as always. I don't think there's anything in particular you need them for. I just always like them for certain poses, and I invite them in. If you don't have blocks, no worries, you can still practice. It's just nice to have a prop, especially with some certain poses like I love it for triangle, pyramid pose, even the most basic poses. It's really, really nice to have those blocks on hand. All right, I'm gonna have my sip and then we will get started here. Always got to end with my sip of coffee before we start practice. Okay, so let us come sit on our mats in just an easy crisscross seat and come to our breath. And if you want to support yourself, by all means, grab a cushion. And we are just going to start with some breath work. So if you want a little height, this is an old couch pillow. Great for sitting on. Give yourself a little height and just let the edge of your sit bones kind of come onto the cushion. So you don't want your whole butt back here like that. You want a slight tilt forward just to lower the knees. And these can be simple crisscross. You can have one foot in front of the other. And just notice how this feels for you. And if this is uncomfortable in any way, go ahead and change up your position. And thank you for the donation. I couldn't even see Mika. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. And let's begin to just let the eyes settle. Let the face soften and relax. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. And then notice if you're leaning forward like I am, maybe you draw the shoulders back over the hips. And starting with some nice deep, slow breaths. Deep inhale in. And exhale out. We're going to work on lengthening the inhale since I think a lot of us are feeling this rainy, dreary weather. But either way, that'll help bring the energy up. So think about lengthening your inhale, nice slow inhale. And then just an easy, relaxed exhale. Let's add a little count to this inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold at the top. Slow exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Slow exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 7 this time with your count. Pausing at the top. Simple exhale for 4. And now 8. Hold. An easy exhale for 4. Now let the breath just flow in and out naturally. Do a little observation of how you're feeling. If that little bit of breathing is starting to awaken your body, if you're noticing the shifts and the changes. And before we move further in our practice, this is a perfect point to stop and set our intention for our practice today. We just had our new moon on Tuesday, so if you have not yet set an intention for this next moon cycle, now is a perfect time to do that. Asking yourself, what do you want to cultivate for this next 2 weeks, 4 weeks, this next cycle of the moon? What do you want to bring into your practice? And then we'll set our intentions together with a deep cleansing breath. So nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, let it go out the mouth. Now let your breath flow naturally in and out. Let the eyes blink open. And then we're just going to extend the legs out, give them a little shake. You can either crisscross the other way, or if you want to come to supported heroes, I'm going to invite that in. That is if you have a block, or you can use your cushion underneath if it's may or may not be enough. I'm going to place a block between my feet and then sit back on my heels. Or you could come to Thunderbolt without the support. I like to roll my calf muscles out of the way. That just gives a little more space. And we're going to bring in a little bit of heat now with our Kapha-Pitta breathing. So if you're menstruating, pregnant, have uncontrolled high blood pressure, please just stay with slow, deep breaths. We don't want to irritate. We're going to be contracting our abdomen. We don't want those muscles to overexert during those times, right? Can cause some issues. So that's my little caveat, especially pregnancy. But otherwise, you can do a nice, slow, gentle version of this if you like, and I'm going to take it a little quicker. So it's up to you how fast you guys want to go. We're going to breathe out sharply on the exhale, and you're going to contract these upper abdominals. So hopefully you can see it. And that's the goal, is a little contraction. I'm kind of over-exaggerating that for the sake of demonstration, so you do not have to pull in that hard. It can be nice, slight contraction. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a lot. The inhale will just flow naturally, all right? So let's let the hands come down to the thighs, maybe the eyes close. We'll take a big breath in together. And then we'll begin. And we'll be here for about a minute. If it's too much at any point, you can stop or pause and come back to it. And I'm going to take mine a little quicker today. If you can join me if you like. Keep going. Feel that heat building in your abdomen. You should start to feel it now. I know it feels like a long time. Keep going. I promise we'll be there soon. About 10 more seconds left. 3 and 2 and 1, and exhale out completely. Deep inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. Hold it at the top. Contract the pelvic floor, navel pulls in, let your chin come back. So we're engaging all our energy locks and holding the breath in. That breath retention is key. So keep holding as long as it's comfortable. If you need to release before I say release, that's fine. Keep holding. And now release out the nose, release the energy locks. Flip the palms up and just feel into that. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the heat. You might notice some clearing through your sinuses. And then let the eyes blink open. Flip the palms down. Simple little movements. You can stay in your supported heroes, or if you'd like to come back to crisscross legs, you're welcome to. We're going to just take some simple cat-cows seated. So if you're in your supported heroes, we'll just begin by opening the chest, lifting the heart as you inhale, Hands on thighs. If you're in your crisscross, hands just on the knees. And then exhale, let's round the spine. Let the navel really pull in and spread between your shoulder blades. Inhale, open through the heart. And exhale, round. And keep moving with your breath. Let this feel nice and intuitive. Go as slow or as quick as you like. The wonderful thing about seated cat-cow is we tend to not over-exaggerate the arch as much in the low back. Where we do kneeling. And then we can really get into that round here. Really moving that energy into your upper back and upper chest. So if you're having a day where you're low on energy, we really want to bring the energy up into the lungs, into the upper parts of our body, and that'll help bring the energy in. And if something becomes too much, if you're building too much heat, that's where we balance. So you're always welcome to take any type of cooling posture, forward fold if we're standing, or child's pose if we're on the ground. And let's stop with this last round of cat back. Hold. Feel the shoulder blades separate. It should feel lovely and nice. And then come back to center. And let's just begin to float the arms up with the breath in. Maybe the gaze lifts with the fingertips. And then exhale, flip the palms down, let the hands float down. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, lifting the arms. Gaze lifts. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale up. And exhale down. We will get moving here in just a minute. We're slow start with our rainy weather here. If it's beautiful where you're at, just enjoy it. Let's do one more. And let the arms float down and just pause and feel into the shoulders. Notice how they feel. We'll do a little bit of neck stretches. So let your left ear come towards your left shoulder. Let maybe the right fingertips come down to the mat. Maybe the left fingertips come down. They can also stay supported on your thighs if that's too much. Draw your gaze down towards your left shoulder. For me, that's a really sticky spot. And then we're going to draw the nose up to the sky. Lift the gaze, and we'll take that to the other side. So right ear towards right shoulder. Maybe the left fingertips come down. And that's a little much on me. I'm kind of nursing this injury from a few weeks ago, so be gentle. Let your gaze come down towards your right shoulder. And then lift the gaze up to the center and come to the other side. We're going to start making this into more of a circular motion. Drawing the gaze down. And then lifting the head up. Take it to the other side, ear to shoulder. Draw the gaze down. Lift the gaze up. And we'll take it to the other side. So we're sort of making these strangely configured figure eights. And now just keep moving the head. Look down, lift up, right ear to right shoulder, draw the gaze down, look up, left ear to left shoulder, draw the gaze down, look up. I don't know if you know if it's a figure eight, sort of. Right ear to right shoulder, gaze down, look up. Last time on each side. Should feel really nice. I've been doing this for the last couple of days. It feels pretty amazing. And then let's relax. Pause. We'll open through the chest. Let the arms come behind the head, elbows wide. Lift the heart, spread the chest, spread the collarbones. And then round through the spine, cat back once again. Elbows pull in, little extra weight on the head and the back of the neck. And let the arms come down. We are ready to move. I know we've been here for a little while with our breath work. So let's just go ahead and stand up to the top of our mat. Take your time and let's start with a little shaking. I'm feeling the need to shake today, bringing the energy up. So let's kind of shake through the right leg, the right ankle, even into the knee, into the hip. Get a nice, good amount of energy going there. And if you want to hold on to the wall or chair or couch, by all means, grab something nearby. If you want to work on the balance, go ahead and take it in the middle of your mat. All right, and then let's switch legs. Start with the left foot, or whatever foot you're not on. The ankle, the knee, start a little bigger. If you fall over, no worries, the hip. Just let this all go. Shake, 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 shake. And yes, I am singing Taylor Swift's Shake It Out in my head. And let the left foot come down. Let's take the right hand, give it a good shake. You can kind of start to bounce here a little bit. My heels are still on the ground, and then the elbow goes, and then the shoulder goes. And this should feel really nice. And then the left hand, fingers go, wrist, elbow, shoulder, whole arm. Let's do both arms now. A little bounce. Let's get the hips moving side to side. Heels can lift a little. Let the shoulders shrug up and down. Oh, this is just one of the best things to do. This is what I told myself I needed to do this morning, and I haven't done yet. So we can maybe bring the arms up if that feels okay. Just shake it out. Doesn't matter how silly you look. Let the feet kind of come down. Let the head a little roll side to side. And then maybe a nice gentle bounce. And then back to center. And now let's begin to really lift the heels. Just let everything go here. Shoulders are shrugging up and falling down. Maybe the hips are moving. If you feel like you need a whole lot of energy, you can begin to bounce. So we're really getting the energy up. So good. Keep going. A few more seconds. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And make a ha sound as you exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. And stop. Pause. Feel all that energy we just moved. Oh, that should feel so amazing right now. Let the eyes close. Soft bend in the knees. Tailbone draws down. Face is soft. You can hear a little smile on your face, especially if somebody's nearby looking at you like you're crazy. And then let the eyes blink open. Let's step up to Tadasana at the top of our mat. Just a little added qigong there in our yoga practice today. Start with a little half sun salutation. Let's really get this energy moving up now. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, fingertips to shins. Exhale, fold. Ground down and rise up, high mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take that again, just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive. Arms come out to the side today. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Little bend in the knees as you root to rise. Little baby back bend at the top of your high mountain. And exhale, release. Hands to heart center. Good. Let's take that all the way through a sun salute this time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Come back to a high plank. Let's hold in our plank. We've got 3 breaths, so getting a little stronger, building a little more heat. Press your hands away and then broaden through the backs of your shoulders. 1 more breath. Exhale, come forward and lower down. You can take knees, chest, chin if you like. And then come onto the belly, untuck your toes. Inhale, press up to a cobra. And exhale down. Let's do a couple more cobra rolls. Inhale up. Maybe a half cobra. If full cobra is not serving you, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, let's lower down. Bring your hands under your head. Let your toes come wide and pause in crocodile for just a couple breaths. So remember, we're balancing that heat with some cooling and more introspective postures. And so good. Let's draw the gaze forward. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Toes are parallel or even close together now. And inhale, come up to baby cobra. Little bit of weight in the palms, not much. And then exhale, lower one cheek to the mat. Relax. Bring your gaze back to center. Inhale up to cobra once again. Let's float the toes this time. Still a little weight in the palms. Nice and long through the spine. If the neck is cranking up, draw it down just a little bit to soften it. 1 more breath. And exhale, relax the other cheek to the mat. Last round, draw your gaze to center. Inhale, baby cobra, float the toes, and now float the palms. And you might even bring the arms out towards this cactus shape or get a little stronger. Ooh, enjoying that. One more breath. And exhale, release forehead to hands, toes to the mat. Wonderful. Let's press back up to our plank pose. So you can come to supported plank from here, but I want you to use the core muscles, all right? So we're all going to use our core no matter what. If you want to come into full plank, you can tuck your toes, lift your thighs, and then press straight up. If you're coming onto your knees, same concept. You're on your knees, you're pressing straight up. Elbows are back. Beautiful. And then let's come back towards a child's pose. Lower the knees if they're lifted. Knees come wide, and we'll take a nice extended child's pose. So fingertips are reaching forward. Look at your hands. Walk the fingertips nice and far forward, and then relax the head down. Keep a little pressure in the fingertips. Enjoying an underarm stretch. If you want to lift the palms off the mat, you may. And then let's come back to kneeling. I guess we haven't even been to kneeling. Let's come to kneeling. And we will just take a few kind of hip circles. So one direction should feel nice and good. And then let's switch directions. And come back to center in a cat-cow. Let's do 2 of those. How are we feeling? How's everybody feeling? Are we starting to get the energy up? Let's take a little thread the needle pulse. So as you inhale, right arm's going to come up to the sky. And exhale, it'll thread through, but we're just going to stay for a moment, and we're going to take that with the breath. So inhale, lifts up. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and let's hold for just a breath. We're not here long, so you want to keep that energy moving. Come on up. We'll take it to the other side. The left arm extends as you inhale. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale up. Exhale through. Last one. And hold for one breath. And let's come back to center. Let's come up onto our knees. And we're going to do our Kapha-Pitta breathing just a little bit more, okay? So we're going to add in a little work. We're going to take a slight tilt back. So you're engaging the core and you're feeling your quads engaged. Arms are going to go straight forward. And we're going to do a little bit of Kapha-Pitta breath here, okay? So holding this pose, if you need to support, you can tuck toes, but you're going to kind of lose some of that engagement. So the goal is to keep all this nice and tight through here. And let's begin. Beginning with a nice deep inhale, sharp exhales. Keep going. We won't have too terribly long here, I promise. Feel that heat building, about 10 more seconds. Two and one, and then come on up. So back on the heels. You can take Child's or Thunderbolt. Feel that energy. Whew. Great. And we're going to make our way into our first down dog of class. Can you believe it? This late into class. Let's walk the hands slightly forward of shoulders, tuck the toes, send the hips nice and high. Let's start with a bent knee down dog, as I always do. So send the sits bones to the sky. Feel the length of your spine, and let's come up high onto the balls of your feet. Straighten your legs, and then lower the heels, bend the knees. Do that a couple times. And then we'll come back to center, maybe the heels lower towards the mat a little bit, but keeping the integrity and length of your spine. So if things are going awry, adjust. One more breath. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. So good. We're going to gaze forward. Let's lift the right leg and bring it all the way through as best you can. We're going to set up for warrior one here. Stepping the back foot up, toes are angled in. Right toes are straight forward, and then begin to float all the way up. If you need to adjust the legs at all, give your stance a little bit of width. That might help. I always like to start with this little lunge forward. So let's all take a little lunge, hands to hips, stretching through your left calf. It should feel pretty good on that left side. And then go ahead and lift the shoulders over the hips. Relax the shoulders down, a little chest opener. Taking a bind, interlacing hands behind the low back. Lift your heart. So nice. Give yourself a smile. And then let's release that. Arms come all the way up to warrior one and straighten through the front leg. And we're going to take some breath work as we move into our warrior one pose. So first round, we're going to inhale for 5, slowly lunging in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale, straighten. We're going to move up to 8. So the next round is for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, straighten. 7 with your count. Exhale, straighten. Last one we'll hold. Inhale for 8. And hold, not to hold the breath, keep breathing. So good. One more breath in and out. And then relax the arms, straighten the front leg. Spin to the long edge of your mat and pause. Notice how that feels. Let's take a wide leg forward fold between sides. If you need your blocks, go ahead and grab them. I'm going to make my feet a little wider just for comfort. Hands come to hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Let your fingertips come down to the mat. Relax your head down. Weight is shifting into the balls of the feet, not the heels. So feel that. And then once you're in the pose, if you want to add a little shoulder opening, spin your fingertips to the back of the mat and crawl them away. Feel your shoulder blades separate onto your back. Weight is still slightly forward. You can bend the knees a little to protect your hamstrings if that's a little too much for you, especially if it's early. Beautiful. Walk your hands forward. Come back with the fingertips under the shoulders. Let's get nice and long in the spine. Bring your hands to your hips, and we're going to hold here. So lengthen the crown of your head forward, strong in your legs. 2 breaths. Gaze is down to soften the back of your neck. One more inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Beautiful. Spin to the back of your mat. Set up for warrior one at the back of your mat. Right toes angled in, left toes straight. Nice wide stance. And then take that moment to do that little lunge forward with hands on hips, stretching through your right calf. Oh, that feels so good for me today. I got some tight leg muscles, y'all. It's been nuts this week. Ooh, it's been good, but very sore. All right, let's come up with shoulders over hips. Take that little chest opener, opposite interlace of the hands this time. Open through the chest. Maybe the hands even move slightly away from the body. And you can squeeze the palms together if you like. It's just a matter of how deep you want to go in this stretch. So you can also have them open like I do. So good. And then let's straighten the front leg, release the hands. We're going to come into our warrior one series with the breath now. So arms come up by the ears. We're going to inhale into our lunge for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, straighten. And inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, straighten. For 7 with your count. Exhale, straighten. Last one for 8 and we'll hold. 8, 7. Exhale and hold. Relax the shoulders and the face. So good, nice and strong. One more breath. Wonderful. Inhale, straighten the front leg, let the arms come down. Spin once again to the long edge of your mat, but this time we're going to let toes out, heels in. And we're going to come to a variation on Skandasana. You're welcome to have blocks if you'd like, or just begin to lower down, fingertips to the ground or to your blocks. And then let's walk the hands over to the left, deep bend in the left knee. I'm going to stay like this today. If you want to lower down into your full Skandasana, go for it. Like I said, my leg muscles are shouting at me today, so I'm being kind to them. I did some good inner thigh adductor work the other day. And then let's come back to center and bend into the right knee. Even this is challenging for me right now. And then take it one more time to each side. If you're in full Skandasana and you're really talented at this, you can transition from one side to the other without hands. I will never have that ability, but I've seen people do it. And then let's come back to center. Let's spin your toes to the top of the mat, coming to a low lunge, and then step back, downward dog. So good. One more breath. Beginning to feel the mind quiet. Let's lift the right heel. Step it through one more time. Lower the back heel. Grab a block if you would like one for side angle or triangle. And we'll come all the way up. Heel to heel alignment here. Let's move into our side angle to begin with. So you bend into the right knee. You can bring right forearm to thigh. Just make sure your right knee is not in front of your ankle. So you might need to heel toe that right foot up a little bit. And then extend the left fingertips straight up to start. Maybe the gaze comes up towards that top hand. It doesn't have to, but it can. And then if you'd like to extend your side angle, left bicep over left ear. Nice long line from your back heel to your left fingertips. One more breath. And then let's release this left hand, coming into a half bind in our side angle. So I'm still pressing into my right forearm. My left hand comes to my sacrum or even around to my hip. Open through the chest. We're going to move straight into triangle from here. So straightening the front leg. You can bring your hand to your block or your shin. And keep spinning the chest open. So if you're in your triangle and you're like this because you don't have the room, I want you to come up out of your triangle, bring your right forearm to your thigh, and spin open this way, okay? So you can get a lot more opening through the chest if you come out of the pose a little bit. Everyone thinks you have to have your hand on the ground or all the way down. That is not the case. One more breath here, so good. And then release the bind if you have it. Grab another block if you need it. We're going to step the back foot up for pyramid pose on the right side. Right toes are forward. Coming up halfway, lengthen your spine and exhale, fold in. And I'm just doing a time check. I totally lost track of time. So we're going to take this to the other side and we'll come down to our mats. I apologize. We might be 5 minutes over today. Let's come on up. We can spin to the back of the mat or you can step up if you prefer. And we'll come into our side angle on the left side. So bending into the left knee, finding your stance, left forearm to thigh or down to a block or the floor if you have that space. Really press your left forearm into your thigh so this hand is active. And then begin to open through the chest. Right arm comes straight up. Extending through the right arm, and then option to draw the right arm over the ear. Maybe the gaze is up. Nice and strong through the legs, opening through your side body. One more breath. And then option for that half bind. So bring the right arm up, flip the hand back, bend through the right elbow, hand comes to your low back, sacrum, or around the hip. Open through the chest. And we're going to move straight into our triangle pose. So straightening the front leg. We've got the half bind. You can just stay right here. If you want to bring your hand down to your shin or block, go for it. Open through the chest. So nice. Let's release that right hand up to the sky. And then draw your right hand down to the ground or block. We're going to step the right foot up. Feet on opposite tracks. Lengthen through your spine. Hug your left hip back. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold over two straight legs for pyramid pose. Relax the neck. You can walk the hands back if you like, or the blocks back. And let's look up, bend through the front knee, come all the way up to stand. Spin around to the top of the mat. Step up to your Tadasana. Set your blocks aside if you have them. Feel into your Tadasana. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, come up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your palms. Let's make our way back to a high plank. You can either send your hips straight back to dog, or if you want to cycle through one vinyasa, go for it. It might feel kind of good. We'll all meet in dog for a breath. And let's bring the knees down to the mat. Sit back on your heels and pause. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how your energy is. And then let's come to our backs. We're going to end with some simple, stretchy poses. So nice slow lower onto your back. Let your fingertips come out, feet on the mat. Take your time to arrive. We didn't do much core work today. Somehow my core work keeps getting cut out of my practices, even though I plan them. So we're going to have to make sure that we don't do that next time. And then let's extend toes long. Extend the arms overhead. And then release the arms down. Let's bend through the knees. Simple reclined figure four. Right ankle over left knee or thigh, and then bring the left knee in. You can wrap hands around the shin or your thigh, whatever feels better today. You can even do a little mini rock side to side. Sometimes that just feels great. And then let's release the left foot to the mat. We're going to stay in this figure four for just a moment. Shift your hips an inch or so to the right. And then with this figure four shape, we're just going to let everything fall to the left. So your right knee's still in the air. Arms can be out to a T, and then maybe the gaze even comes over your right shoulder. Oh, I love this cactus shape with the arms. Bring your gaze back to center, bring your knees up, shift your hips back to center, right foot to the mat, left ankle above right knee, and then we'll thread the needle once again. One more breath, and then on your exhale, let's release the right foot down. We'll shift the hips slightly to the left, and just let this figure four configuration come over to the right. Draw your gaze to the left. It's a bit of a different stretch here, right? Stretching some areas around that outer hip that we don't get into so much. And gaze comes back to center, lift the legs, hips come back to neutral, hug the knees in. Give yourself a nice squeeze, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, come into a little ball. And exhale, relax the head. Let's extend the legs up to the sky and just give them a shake, 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 shake. And then relax the feet down to the mat. Let the knees knock together, feet are wide. Roll the shoulder blades under, palms flip up. And now we'll bring the soles of your feet together for reclined butterfly or reclined bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. Extend the legs long onto your mat. Coming to your Shavasana. And you're welcome to stay here for the meditation. It'll be a slightly shorter meditation than planned since I am a little over time. My apologies. Or if you feel like you're ready to move into a seated position for your meditation, gently make your way onto one side, bending through the knees, and you can come up with me. But you are more than welcome to stay right where you're at today, soaking up all this beautiful energy you've created. And just begin to tune back into your breath and your body. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how you've moved this energy and how it may have shifted since the beginning of your practice. Let's take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out your mouth, let it go. And draw your awareness now to the soles of your feet. Draw your awareness to your toes and give them a little wiggle. And let that awareness slowly travel up into your ankles. And just feel that little energy with that tiny bit of movement that you've created. We're going to trace that energy as it moves up the body, nice and slow. So from the ankles, the energy moves up your shin bones and your calves into your knees. And feel that swirl around in your knees. And that energy continues to come up through your quads, into your hamstrings, and wrapping around into your hips and glutes. And you feel that energy move up through your sacrum and up through your spinal cord, so up through the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, through the middle of the back, all the way up into your cervical spine, the back of the neck, and then pause at the nape of your neck, just feeling that energy moving up. The energy moves up to the back of your head, all the way up to the crown of your head. You might even feel sensations at the crown of your head as you draw your awareness there. And then we're going to let that energy begin to flow back down the front of the body, down through the third eye. It's clearing and cleansing as it goes, and down into your throat center. Down into your heart, your solar plexus, to your belly button, your sacral center below your belly button, down into the front of the hips, that joint where your femurs come into your hips, down the front of the legs, to the knees, to the shins, the ankles, the tops of the feet and the toes, and back into the earth. And I'd like you to trace this energy now, pulling up from the earth into the soles of your feet. Feeling the toes and moving up the back of the body, all the way up the back of the legs, the hips, the spinal column, the back of your head, all the way up to the crown and above the crown. And then we'll pull this energy from above us back down into the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, solar plexus, the abdomen, the root, front of the legs, the toes, back into the earth. And just keep tracing this with your breath. So inhale, the energy flows up from the earth through the back body to the crown of your head and above. And then on the exhale, from above through the crown, down the front of your body. And let it be like a wave washing over you back into the earth, pulling that earth energy up, feeling it through the back of your body, through the crown and above. Exhale, the energy washes down the front of you, down, 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 and you're just clearing your energy right now. Keep moving with the breath, feeling that energy flow. like a wave flowing in and out, crashing on the beach. You are part of this universal cosmic force. You are not just an individual. You are part of this connective energy. And knowing that we're all breathing the same energy, each one of us, every being, everything, every item we even have has energy. We are energy, and we are part of this macrocosm. So just feeling this energy flow and clear, and becoming one with the space around you. You are not a body. You are a beautiful soul. You are part of this life force energy. And now release this next exhale, release the control of the breath, and just bask in this vibrational energy for the next few moments. Vibrating, radiating out as a ball of light, golden light. Not your physical self, not your thoughts. This beautiful light of unconditional love. Now drawing your awareness back into your breath and your body. Making small movements with fingers and toes. Maybe slowly moving the head side to side. Taking a nice full body stretch, moving the wrists, ankles. Let's hug the knees in towards the chest. If you're lying down, come over onto one side and we'll all meet in a comfortable seat. And I'd like you to set your intention for the rest of your day now. Or even come back to your original intention. See if that still holds true for you. And just bring that into your heart for a moment. Place your hands over your heart center. And we'll close our practice with the sound of Om, bringing hands to prayer. Nice deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all of you be happy and live freely. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Let's send our love and gratitude to ourselves, to all those practicing together, and to all beings in this world. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste. Thank you all so much for coming. I might as well have made it an hour. I apologize if you needed to run. I think some people might have. But thank you all who stayed for this practice. This is, of course, a donation-based practice. So if you're able to donate, that's always very much appreciated. You can donate through Insight Timer. Or if you want to avoid the Apple fees, I have links on my link tree. You can go to my bio tab. It's linktr.ee/litlotus. There's a Venmo and a PayPal and all that stuff. So I appreciate everybody that's here. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will come up in just a moment to see your comments, but just want to say thank you so much for coming and mean that from the bottom of my heart. I truly feel blessed every week that I get to teach this class and practice with you all. So thank you and namaste.